Housebound is a Peter Jackson-approved New Zealand horror comedy with slapstick appeal and a Hitchcockian spirit. To have arguably the greatest New Zealand filmmaker come out and say he's a fan of your film is no doubt the greatest praise any artist could hope to receive. And that's what they received, so that's pretty cool. You can certainly see Jackson's influence on not only this film, but all other horror films that have come out since the release of his cult classics, Bad Taste and Dead Alive. Another New Zealand horror comedy comes to mind called Black Sheep that is worth checking out if you have a chance. I recently rewatched Housebound on The Last Drive-In and found it a much more enjoyable experience this time around. I saw it back in 2015 for the first time and was underwhelmed. I think it might have been due to the plethora of immense praise that the film received in the horror community at the time. Simply put, Housebound may have been a tad overhyped. A lot of the crazed love for the film came out of the festival circuit, many reviewers who had seen the film early and couldn't shut up about it. Then, when the time came to actually view it for myself, I remember thinking, well, this is like Cherish, but less charming and with scares. Cherish is a Robin Tunney-led romantic comedy/thriller hybrid from the early 2000s that I am quite fond of. Then I started comparing Housebound to the much scarier and intense Eric Red film 100 Feet with Famke Janssen. That film is a gruesome supernatural thriller which is basically an allegory for domestic abuse. All three of these films share identical setups and plot conceits. I think that this may have been the rare instance where reviewers, keeping tight-lipped about the details of a film, may have been a disservice to the film itself. In being vague with their plot synopsis and calling the film scary, I went in expecting a certain kind of experience. This may have skewed the film's actual intentions. Going into art with no preconceived notions whatsoever is definitely the way to go. Housebound is a comedy. I had mistakenly assumed that it was a horror movie trying to be funny. When I sat down to watch it as a comedy, it worked a lot better. And I mean a lot better. I don't remember a film improving this much upon subsequent viewings since I finally was able to enjoy Ridley Scott's Blade Runner. Some films are an acquired taste, and Housebound is certainly one of them. At least for me it is. And I'm so glad that I now have a deep respect and love for this movie. I used to find the fact that the lead character is unlikable and confused and unappealing. Now I absolutely adore the fact that the lead protagonist basically has shit-face throughout the entire running time. The movie has a well-constructed, albeit fairly predictable mystery to unravel. But not an ounce of joy is lost in the process of watching it occur. Now that I appreciate every character in Housebound, I can sit down with it and appreciate its true hangout film quality. Every other aspect of the movie also lands stronger for me now, including its bits of suspense, production design, and humor. Every cast member is superb. The characters are richly written, and a joy to see interact with each other.